Hey y'all, what is going on? If you're an online coach or creative, this is for you. For those that aren't familiar with my story, my name is Dev. Over the past 3 years, I spent it co-founding a multi-six-figure online coaching business. Prior to that, I actually did door-to-door sales where I was trained by Grant Cardone's sales team, and I ran a sales team of up to 10 people. So when it comes to generating money, creating your own business, being an entrepreneur, I've learned a lot over the last couple of years, and I'm ready to share this with you all. And I want to share this huge important message. Social media isn't what it used to be for selling your products and your offers. Now, look, this is coming from someone who spent the last 3 years building a coaching business, showing people how to use Facebook groups to grow their coaching business. Now, we processed over 7 figures between two niches. First niche was a stuttering niche where we help people who had a stutter overcome their stutter through public speaking. And the next was to grow a successful, scalable online coaching business using Facebook groups. And so we believe in social media. Our whole business was basically based on social media, specifically Facebook groups. But if you're still using these kind of methods, there's a reason that you're not getting results. Now, we've been getting a lot of questions over the last little while as to, what's the new method? And I feel like this is a huge thing. As we already know, it's not the method that's going to allow you to be successful. But I do feel like there are some methods that'll actually make it a little harder for you to find success. For example, prior to COVID, everything was fine with online. It was just like everything day to day, whatever. Through COVID, social media and the online presence literally took a massive spike. It went up. Everyone was using socials because we're all quarantined. We all had to be inside. What was there to do? And so online businesses from that point on really scaled. They really found a lot more success. A lot of online coaches, had $1 million years, multi-six-figure years because of that. Now, while some people used that pandemic to pivot into the online space, those that were already in the online space received a massive cash injection because everyone wanted to stay at home, everyone wanted to work from home, and everyone wanted to make a lot of money from being at home. And so here's the thing, right? Through it all, I've seen it. From selling high ticket offers to the entire market not taking that anymore and going into low ticket and subscription offers, from using Facebook and Facebook groups to not using organic traffic at all and running paid ads, from people saying that giving value is too much and knowing, liking, and trusting people isn't enough, to having people literally give huge amounts of value every single week and still make millions and millions of dollars. So where do you go? What works? What doesn't work? And as I've said on this channel and on my podcast before, it all works. And I think that's the reality of the situation. You're here because you're trying to grow your online business, and maybe you're having a few sales and a couple clients, but maybe you're not making that consistent income that you want. So you're searching, you're looking for it. And I think I have the solution. It is, of course, up to you to be able to take it forward, and it's up to your level of awareness to see if this is where you need to go and where you need to not go. Now, through it all, I think the biggest thing is your ability to perceive. If this is the right time for you, then this information will be useful. If it's not the right time for you, then of course this information won't be useful at all. And if anything, it's going to be one of those things that we're just searching for as the answer. Now, the answer, of course, is within you. The answer, of course, is being clear on the targets you want to hit, being clear on the customer journey and knowing how they'll find success, being clear on your goals. What are your goals for the company? What are your personal goals? What are your financial goals? What are your goals as an individual, as a leader? And then that, of course, transfers into the company. And so I want to jump on to share. Last couple of weeks, I've been sharing a lot. You guys know I do the software, right? And this is a software that literally for any online business is the best. It even works for local businesses, though I'm not really pushing that. Though if someone did have a local business and they wanted to really work their local business, of course, reach out because I'd be more than happy to, chat more about it. But I am specifically for online coaches and creatives because for me, I am an online creative and I've generated multiple seven figures in the online space doing this stuff. And you don't have to have all the fancy bells and whistles to do it, as you can see. You can do it if you know how to catch the trends at the right time. This is the biggest trend right now for any online entrepreneur. They want to make a lot of money and not have to work as many hours to be able to do that. But with every online entrepreneur, they're doing everything, absolutely everything, every single day, starting at zero because this is what they know. And they're not in a position to hire a new employee or hire a VA. They're not in a position to run ads and to do those things. So some people may not be in a position to pay for a monthly software because they're just doing what they're doing, right? Like they just want to keeping on because that's just keeping them afloat. And at some level, you realize that the risks involved are extremely important with this, right? There always are going to be risks. Now, in my experience from door-to-door sales, where I learned so much about sales, negotiations, and objection handling, being trained by Grant Cardone's team personally, to going into the online space, we've seen it. And we sold a stuttering program for $7,500. We sold our online coaching business for $10,000. I've closed $10,000 pay in full deals. I've generated $20,000 plus a month, multiple months in a row. Now, with this, you realize that the market changes. Things shift all the time. There's people doing affiliate marketing. There's people doing, communities and selling school communities. There's people that are selling their high ticket offers and their mentorships. There's people that are selling maybe masterminds and, a monthly call and things like that. There's so many different things. So how do you really stand out? I think the way that you really stand out in today's day and age is by not doing so much. What do I mean by that? I just feel like now more than ever, every online entrepreneur that isn't utilizing software or not utilizing automation is literally ruled by their notifications. If you're following up in the DMs with people on notification and you get a message that this person who you've been messaging finally responded back, a lot of us, they get that rush of emotions, right? They want to jump onto their phone and start messaging them back right away, only to have them ghost us for another couple more days, right? Or we hope that because they message, they're online. We can message them right now and then, they can move it forward, right? Or posting content, doing reels, creating these sorts of things, knowing that, hey, I've been posting every day this year and I still haven't made a lot of money for my business. If anything, there's a lot of people that I talk to that have generated $0 and they've been more consistent over the last 3 years posting content than ever before, and it still hasn't moved the needle for their business. And so I know Facebook groups were huge. Now it's like little to no engagement. There are some groups that have 20,000 people plus in their communities, and those posts get like 5 likes. There's so many different things about how the algorithm doesn't really work. I mean, at the end of the day, what posts go viral, right? When you're scrolling and you see a post that has hundreds of thousands of views, I mean, I guess it is depending on what you click into, but most of the posts that I see are just like comedy skits. They're just like nonsense, like brain-numbing stuff. I never really see a massively viral clip about knowledge, about information. Those are what you have to seek out. You got to go listen to a podcast. You got to go onto YouTube and search it and find a 30-minute plus video to actually get information out of. And that's the reality of the situation. Today, you're competing against people that just want to be entertained, not educated. And I think the sooner we understand that, the sooner we can understand that posting on socials and being consistent on socials is not what's going to move your business forward. Yes, I agree that by posting on socials, it's kind of like saying that, the for sale or the open sign is now up, so you're open for business. But there's got to be more. There has to be more. We're in the day and age now that we realize The people that want to buy our product don't know us yet. And I'm sure you listening to this could relate to the concept and idea that strangers are actually more likely to support you and your vision and your dreams than your own friends and family sometimes. And that's just the reality of the situation. I have thousands and thousands and thousands of people in my network, on my socials, all over the place. And the people that actually end up moving forward with joining a software and really elevating their business, it's not even about me. Of course, they actually find success. But the people that are winning, that enter my world, are people that I never even knew. It's just so funny how that works. And so what does that mean? Yes, we can hope and post to go viral, but the reality of the situation is you need to have systems, softwares, and the biggest piece is run ads. You need to be running ads in 2025. And it doesn't even have to be a lot, although the more money that you spend, the better. I think we can all agree on that, especially when it's a bidding auction type of ad, right? Just like how you have to pay for commercials on TV. I mean, people don't watch TV anymore, but people are watching ads on Netflix if you don't have the premium version and YouTube and all that stuff, right? So you are paying market share for those things. And I think the reality of the situation is this. Ads are going to be the thing that's going to move your business forward. Now, the thing is, you're not going to run ads to direct people to your DMs, although you could. But those people that are doing that already have a massive following, right? You need to have something like a website, like a VSL, like everything that we have created in the software. And over the last 3 years, not only did I generate 7 figures, but I personally mentored people to achieve $50,000 months. And in that, although there had been so many that actually found that success, some people only got up to $10,000 a month, some people got to $20,000 and $30,000 a month. There was a lot of people that never even made their first sale. And how is it that you can have a process that some people are making $50,000 a month plus with their business and other people never enroll a single client? How is that? Because of course, it's the person. It's your information. It's how you show up. Whether you're a low ticket or a high ticket offer, I'm sure we all see it, right? People run ads, this $44 little product. This is what's selling right now. But if you just sell a $44 product, that doesn't mean that everyone's going to buy it. And so I think it is in your messaging, it's in your marketing, and it's knowing how to target the right audience because your audience is out there. There are billions upon billions of people on this planet. And I was thinking about this the other day, right? Could I find the person that I would want to work with, which is me? And who am I? I mean, I'm a gamer. I like to game. I like software stuff. I mean, I've been called a nerd before. Sure, I can identify with that. I'm a systems strategist. I love automation. I'm a night owl. I like to stay up at all hours of night, just like researching and finding things. And I know how to find things. If I'm scrolling on socials, which I don't like to admit that I do, but I do sometimes, still in there scrolling, and then I find something that I like, or a piece of content or a software or something that I like. It's like I know how to dive deep and figure out everything that I need to figure out. And sometimes it might take me hours, but I'll do it because if it interests me enough, I'm going to figure it out. And I think when you say all these things, it's like, okay, so gamer, someone who knows how to do their due diligence, someone that has found success, someone that does appreciate sales, someone that has played soccer and sports their entire life. Like for my immediate circle, there might not be people that like that and that are like me, but I know that there are people out there like that. Of course there are. Of course there are people that are like that. And so in my immediate circle, when I post on socials, it just goes to those people. That's it. It doesn't really go anywhere else unless you go viral. And here's the thing, and this is what I say all the time. Even when your post goes viral, what are you directing them to? Do they have to DM you and book a call in order to purchase or figure out more of what you have to offer? This is not the day and age that we're in. People want to know what it is that you have, who you are, what you offer, what the price is before they even jump on a call with you. If they have to wait to figure out all that information before jumping on a call, I'm telling you, they're going to find it somewhere else and go purchase there, because that is the reality of today's day and age. People are doing research. People are purchasing. People are doing it. They're just not following your socials and waiting for you to post some funny piece of content that's going to make it super relatable for them to be like, oh, you know what? That post actually resonates with me. I'm going to go spend $10,000 on this person now. No, that's not it. And most people don't know this, but the way that the algorithm works is as soon as you post a piece of content, it tracks how many people look at it and how many people engage within the first couple of minutes. If you have a lot of friends, like I do, who don't actually support and engage with any of the posts that you do, you make a post and within the first 5 minutes you get 1 or 2 likes, it is not going to share your post with people. It won't go past your little circle of people. And people don't understand this. They think if I continue to show up and stay consistent with socials, then I'm going to start making tens of thousands of dollars a month. I'll be honest, I didn't even post that much when we were making that. People didn't even know who I was when I was closing $10,000 deals and generating $20,000 months. But I still did it because it's more about having the right process than how consistently you show up. Of course, you need to be consistent. I'm not saying not to, but if you didn't have the right process where you can get people who are interested, who click in to see the information that they need to then either make a purchase or to book a call, then that works. That's it, right? And so I wanted to share this because I've been getting a lot of questions from a lot of people, a lot of online coaches and creatives who have been getting at this for months and years and sometimes haven't even made any money. And I think the reality of the situation is creating the success that I have after doing the work that I have, now creating this agency where I'm helping people and just seeing them win and achieve new heights in their businesses. The reality of the situation is what used to work 6 months to a year ago does not work now. What does work now and what will work going forward is freeing up your time. What does work now that will always work is having the systems in place that doesn't rely your main involvement. That is what works. It's not DMs. It's not cold emails. It's not cold calls. Those things all work. But what kind of business do you want to run? Do you want to run a business that relies you to cold call every single day? Let me ask you this. You have a business. You make $20,000 a month, but you work 6 days a week cold calling every single day. Versus you make a business that's $10,000 consistently every single month, but you work 4 hours a day, 3 days a week, and you get to do whatever you want with your time. Which one would you rather pick? And I think that's the reality of the situation. They both work. Depending on your goals and your situation, either of them could work, right? But cold calling, it depends on your situation. And that can change if you get more leads and you get better at closing. Or if you make $10,000 a month, but you work less time, you just put that money into running ads. And then that duplicates and compounds. And then you just end up, this circle of growth and evolution through it. And so I wanted to share this because today's day and age, social media as a whole is not what it used to be. And I know there's a lot of people that know that likes and comments aren't the whole thing. But I'll be honest, after 4 years in the online space, I think the most amount of likes and comments I've ever got on a post was like 50. And that's with thousands of followers, right? And the people that actually end up purchasing and bettering their life are people that never even knew me to begin with. So take that as you will. I think today's day and age, it's more about freeing up your time, having the systems. People want to do their due diligence and their research. They don't want to watch 100 reels from you just to understand who you are. And so if you're a coach, if you're a creative, you want to start building something that you can actually step away from or work less and make more of an impact, then reach out. We definitely want to help. We want to keep moving things in the right direction. And at the end of the day, we know that if you had more money and less time spent on the business, you'd be much happier and you may be able to make more of an impact in the work that you're doing. Because we know if you're spending 12 hours of your day working in the business, then you're not spending that time working on yourself and you're not spending that time nourishing your relationships and your friendships and even planning your future and where you could go. So hope you found this helpful. I'm going to leave all the links to everything down below. As always, appreciate every single person that's been following, all the new subscribers. I appreciate all you guys. And as always, I'll catch you on the next one.